Hey there, welcome to the Lumiere channel. Welcome to this. Welcome to what creative hobby should you take up? I think this is actually going to be a really interesting read, to be honest with you. It's almost like a what to focus on and what spirit wants for us at this particular point in time. So we have pile 3, pile 7, and pile 8. I'm just pre-shuffling because I didn't do it before the thing. Timestamps are in the description box below. What creative hobby should you focus on next? What should you give your time to and your energy to move you closer to what you want, right? It's all a part of like living in the manifestation of everything. So I'll see you in your pile. Keep your light on. Bye-bye. Hey there, pile 8. So what should you focus on? We have drink tea in the reverse. This feels like it's card number 21 or 12 or 2 and 1, 3. This feels like expanding your mixology repertoire. So yeah, period. I don't have the guidebook right now next to me, but we'll just wing it. I think that's important to do. This is giving me a lot of actual information. The creative hobby you should focus on pertains to your body, yes, of course, but it's almost like something to do with the kitchen and how you nourish your body. And not so much in food, yes, in food, but in beverage. So I can give a personal example for this number 8, and we're going to go into tarot and do a little bit more because this actually feels really, really deep. Like, I know you're like, drink tea in reverse, what is that? But there's actually a lot more. Like, this is actually, I'm so surprised. This is such a deep message, the way I'm feeling it in my body. Lately, for instance, I'll use myself as an example because it's real shit. I've been really into supplements for the past year, right? It's not even lately. For the past year, I've been really into supplements. Is that right? Yeah, year. And my supplement collection has increased. So I take supplements for different things that I want, not only vitamins and multivitamins, but now my recent upgrade, up-leveling in my supplement journey is taking things that I would use on my outside and doing them on the inside. What does that mean? I used to apply like collagen to my face, right? You know, you've got the collagens, the retinols, you apply them to the face. There's like the biotin for the hair, like the biotin conditioner, the biotin shampoo, the biotin leave-in, right? Like all that type of stuff. How I've up-leveled is no longer applying it topically, because, and at least not singularly applying it topically, because the beauty starts from the inside. I've always been aware, but it's so crazy how much you up-level in your awareness. The more aware you are, the more you dig in, and the more you're like, oh, there's more, there's more, there's more. And I've always been aware that truly beauty does start from within, and we absolutely are what we eat. Like when that hits, it really, really freaking hits. We are what we eat. We are what we eat. We are what we eat. And if I'm taking topical collagen, it just makes sense to drink the collagen instead, to ingest it through my mouth and take it into my body so it affects my entire body. When you look at collagen and what it actually does for the body, it helps with regenerative of the cells, right? That's why you put on your face for youth and regenerating the collagen in the face. But it's not just the face that needs collagen. When I take collagen through my mouth and put it into my body, it's going to my joints, right? The pain that I feel when I've been sitting for too long and my knees are giving a little bit because my knees have been a little crazy. They were. It helps with just general cell regeneration in the body, right? And cell turnover and that whole thing. So ingesting it to me is so good. So when this is drink tea in the reverse, it's giving expand your mixology skills. For some of you, I don't drink alcohol, okay? I don't drink alcohol, but for some of you, this could be you expanding on making a signature drink, making 3 signature drinks, right? Getting vodka and, bitch, I don't fucking know. I don't drink alcohol. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Getting mixers, this, and this, and like making a signature drink for your friends. This could be having, you know, a month, every month, every day in a month or every whatever, you have friends over and you make drinks for them, right? Like you act like a barkeep. This could be even you attending a bartending school or taking bartending courses. Bartenders make pretty decent money. But it could also be in terms of like what I just said, in terms of supplements, right? What are some things that you can drink? If you're a juicer, right? Can you, first, that's a whole other thing. Juicing your fruits and getting the nutrients straight from just drinking the fruits as opposed to eating the fruit. And using what we used to do a long time ago when I was really active in my juicing journey. We would juice the fruit, didn't want to waste all of that fiber. So what we did was put the fiber in the oven on low, dried it out, and made tea from that. Get on my level. Get on my level, pal 8. Get on my level, pal 8, okay? I'm into so many things. I'm into so many things. But yeah, I mean, there's so many different ways you can do that. You can juice your food. Even soups is what I'm seeing here. Like, soups have been such a thing for me for the past year. Plus, again, where I've really enjoyed making different kinds of soups. And I make my own recipes of soup. I don't really go into, like, recipes. I just kind of, once you kind of make a few soups, you're kind of like, oh, okay, this is you just throw shit in there. You need a broth. If you want some type of protein in there, like meat protein, you can put a protein in there, and you put a bunch of like different kinds of veggies. Celery's a good one. Carrots are good ones. Fruit, like potatoes are great. Veggies that can soak up flavor are really good. I've taken to putting quinoa, lentils, and all sorts of stuff, onions, leek, whatever, in the soups. Like, drinking and experimenting in that could be something that's really useful for you. And with this showing up in the reverse, you know, I can't deny that it could have to do with food, right? And that's where the soup sort of comes in as something you drink and eat as a way to get your body what it needs. And it's also quite creative because you're creating food, you're creating this diet, right? Whether it's supplements, whether it's the real food you're eating, you're juicing, or whether it's mixing, you know, different concoctions for your own face, right? Or your own skin, or your own body, or your hair. Like, I am a huge one for mixing stuff for my hair. I put henna in my hair. And that's sort of, you know, the mixology. So there's something in there for you that is a creative hobby. Also could be like, I make soap, which, listen, this is my pal, all right? Making soap is a mixing type thing as well. So there could be like creating, mixing, beverages or liquids or something in that arena for you that is something Spirit is kind of saying, like, indulge in that. Even some chemistry, right? So baking is even something that comes up here with drink tea in the reverse for you. So we have the 6 of Wands in reverse, we have the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, and we have the 9 of Wands. So this is really fun. I think for you, for some of you in this pile, you're kind of like, what the fuck? Because this is new. And I can completely relate, again, using myself as an example here to make it grounded in reality. I've been baking a lot this month. I've baked more in 1 month than I have in a while, and I think baking is soulless. Like, baking has no soul. Come at me. But I've baked so many things, and this is what this is giving me, right? It's giving me, it's your first time, 6 of Wands in reverse. It's giving me that you maybe at one point wanted to be perfect at things, right? You've procrastinated, you've not made time for things, you've let that go, and you're willing to try. 9 of Wands. You're willing to keep trying to perfect. When you're mixing drinks, you don't know how much ratios go into what. Like, I made a bread the other day, an oatmeal bread, literally yesterday. I highly deviated off of the recipe. And this is giving that same example of where you'll try like 9 different drinks, noting down the formula and that you use, like, oh, I put more of this in there, I put more of this in there, I put more of this in there. It's something that I've been doing with like using turmeric in my supplements as well for the anti-inflammatory purposes, where if I put too much turmeric, I don't want to drink that, but I've put so many other like actually really good supplements in there, so I don't want to waste that beverage. It's kind of those like trial and error. 9 of Wands is giving me trial and error. 6 of Wands is giving me, you're not going to get it the first time, second time, third time, but you don't care with the 4 of Pentacles in reverse. You're like, I'm going to try. And here we have my girl in the kitchen, right? In the reverse. She's going to try. So I feel like try, right? Try, and you're going to have fun in the trial process. You're going to have your chemistry is here. Your chemistry brain is going to be percolating. It's going to be scintillating. It's going to stimulate you. And that's going to be really, really good for you. It's like learning a new language, right? Except you're learning a new language of like mixing and like that chemistry. Like there's something about this that is giving me the vibe of when I started learning a new language myself. Again, I feel like I'm using a lot of me examples because number one, it just really helps ground this message in reality. Like you're not alone. And even if you're not into something, you're like, what is this? There's still something in there for you. It really does move your brain, pop your brain out of the normal, monotonous, or even crazy world that you got, right? Like whatever it is, it'll help pivot your brain, pivot how you think, pivot your movements, it'll just make you just feel better about life. Okay. And it may be even like in your failures, right? With bunny ears around that, it'll be fun, right? Of course, if you're worried about like money and like spending too much, start off with what you have in your kitchen. Start off with, easy mixers. Start off with recipes. On YouTube is such a wealth of information on what to find. Recipes, simple mixers, and then you can add your favorite things. Or even when you're out, and let's say you go to a place that has fountain drinks, you can mix your own drink, right? At the movie theater or at the, fast food restaurant that has those drinks. That's what I do. I never get straight up Sprite or Fanta or Coke or lemonade. I always get all of those in one. I like a dirty drink. It tastes really good. So this is what I'm seeing for you. This is actually really, really lit. And if you have any ideas of what else this could mean for you or what else has sort of popped in your head, what you've been thinking about, I would really love to hear those in the comments below. All right. If you have any suggestions for readings, let me know, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Hey there, Pal 3. What creative project is Spirit calling for you? Is Spirit asking you to get into? Etc. I wasn't expecting this. I will shuffle more tarot as well to get more messages. So here we have rest. Rest coming up in the reverse. So 43 could be important to you. 34 could be important to you. 3 plus 4 could be important to you. 7 could be important to you. 1 could be important to you. And it could be meaningful. Here we have rest showing up for you, number 3, in the reverse. So for you to sort of care for yourself, the creative project that Spirit wants you to get into is to do with your rest. This is really interesting and so huge. This reading is so surprising. Spirit is really here. Thank you. What is your sleep routine? How do you wind down? How do you even wake up? This is giving me boundaries with yourself, to yourself, okay, Pal 3? There's something here that's about boundaries that you have for yourself, your schedule, your organization. You may not be prioritizing your sleep and the routine and what happens before you sleep as well as you should. And how is that a creative project? Because there is some fun in that, actually, in in winding down. And this is so interesting. I'm going to be using some personal examples just to bring these messages down to earth, to make them like mundane so that we can both understand how this can look like in reality. For me, what I've been doing is I've been setting alarms in my phone, right? I have some cute alarms in my phone from cute apps, living for them, where I have an alarm for winding down, right? This is when I should start winding down. I don't know if I have an alarm for this, but I think I just know it in my head. I have an eating window, right? Like, our sleep is more than just that day. This is such a huge message. Please listen, Pal 3. Don't click off. Please listen, because I think there's something in this that you do need to hear, okay? If not for now, for later, for something that's maybe coming up, or even for someone else in your life. But I do believe this has something to do with you, all right? God, this is such a big message. I don't even know how to handle myself right now. Our sleep is more than just that day. Our sleep encompasses the day before. Our sleep encompasses the day after. Our sleep encompasses that week. Our sleep encompasses that month. Our sleep is more than just our body, which is in and of itself is huge. Our bodies are huge when it comes to sleep. How are your cortisol levels? How are your magnesium levels? How are your zinc levels? How are your vitamin B's, right? Like, how is your body? How is the pain in your body? How is the inflammation in your body? There's so much, and those are just what comes off the top of my head, right? That's the body. And then we go into the mind, right? You want to talk about cortisol and stress. What's in your mind? What's running through your mind? What kind of thoughts do you have about yourself, your world, your past, your future, your worries, your anxieties, your stresses, all these things? Then there's also the spiritual aspect. Are you afraid? Are you afraid to face this way? Are you afraid to face that way? Are you afraid to have a cover off? Like, it's just a whole, do you pray before you sleep? Are you peaceful? All these things, like, what is your state in sleep? And not only those factors, but when I talk about the day before, the day after, the week, the month, it also involves into like, what is your day looking like, right? So what time did you wake up? If you wake up at 3 p.m., it is normally unlikely that you're going to be tired by 9-10 p.m. in order for you to get an 8 hours rest. Now, that's normally, right? For some people, if you're tired, if you wake up at 3 and you're tired at 11 and you're still sleeping 8+ hours, something is off. Right? And even then, if you're waking up at 3 and you're not sleeping at 11, something is a little bit off. Or maybe not really, it's more circadian rhythms at that point, but something is off, okay? So our sleep hygiene is so important, especially for you, Pal 3. Your sleep hygiene is really important, so pay attention. What are you eating during the day? What are your eating times? Are you giving your body specifically what your body needs to eat, right? Not everybody eats the same. This whole thing of, if there's anything I've learned in the past year, couple years, is not everybody's body is the same. Pushing your body, moving your body in the way that other people do it is silly. Understand how your body moves and move from there. Find people who align with that. There's people who need to eat like squirrels. Okay, and they will be eating throughout the day, but squirrels with hour breaks in between, because their metabolism is like that, fast or slow. There's people who, can eat 3 meals a day, and that's fine. People who can eat 5 meals a day, and that's what their body needs to digest and to move how it needs to move so their body can rest. You don't want your body mid-digestion, it kicks into digestion, and that's when you're going to sleep, because you either stay up because your body's awake, or you'll sleep without your body fully doing what it needs to do what it needs to do, and then you wake up groggy because you've got stuff in your system that, you know what I mean? Like, it's just a whole thing. Creative process here for you is to come up with a routine, and not just your sleep routine, which, if you're planning to go to bed at 11, sleep routine to me would start at like 9, right? You start that winding down process, whatever that looks like for you. Is it lighting a candle? Is it taking a bath? Is it taking a shower? Is it making sure you put lotion all over your body? Is it making sure you do your face care routine, your hair care routine? What does that look like for you? Training your body to know that, oh, okay, when we start doing this, this is when we start winding down. This is the process that takes us to sleep. That stuff takes time. That stuff is creative. You find out what feels good to you, right? When you wake up in the morning, do you have an alarm clock that is or is it the alarm clock that says, good morning, goddess? Good morning, empress, emperor, whatever. Does it wake you up nicely? Does it wake you up well with birds chirping in the background? Do you need that obtrusive sound? Like whatever that is, there's something here about getting creative about your life in terms of how you live and how you move and how you relate to yourself. It's almost like those videos. I don't really watch them too much. I want to. I've always want to, but I kind of don't. Where people talk about romanticizing your life, right? This is about sort of like making I don't want to say a sacred routine, but making a routine for your bedtime that trains you differently. That trains you to know that this is what I do before bed, so that sleep knows that this is when sleep should be coming. This is something that I have in my life where I've pretty much trained my body that if I take a shower at night, when I take my nightly shower, I'm going to feel sleepy. Period. Because I know that that's what happens. Okay. For some of you, is it like meditation? Is the nighttime? Do you need to make time in your nightly ritual, your wake up ritual, your daily living ritual? That includes how you eat, because it's part of your body and like your sleep cycle. But are you eating a lighter meal at night, right? Are you eating your heaviest meal at night? What is that relationship with your body and your sleep and your energy levels? That's going to be super important. If you want to make time for meditation in the morning, like visualization for at night, like how much time are you giving to that? And how does that work into your world? We have the Ace of Wands in reverse. Yes. The Lovers, that's beautiful. And the Page of Wands. So this could be overwhelming for you. Don't try everything at once, right? Don't build a routine with like all the things at once. Start off slow, but start off with an intention. Start off with an overall intention. Start off with the knowledge that this is going to take time and I'm willing and I'm dedicated to this time, right? I know this is not going to be 1 week. It could be, right? But this is going to be something that I'm committed to. Commit with the Lovers. Commit. With the Ace of Wands, it may be slow going. It may be slow going for you to start winding down at night, right? For you to start putting your phone away or not reading sad stories at night, heavy stories at night. That's going to make you sleep with your teeth clenched. That's going to make you feel some type of way before going to sleep. Doing things that are more winding down at night. What does that look like for you? For me, it's a shower, right? For me, it's a shower. For me, it's listening to like a positive pick a card reading or a positive horoscope reading, listening to a good visualization, a good meditation over like manifesting what I want, and maybe having that take me to sleep, right? Listening to it as I fall asleep. Sometimes it's listening to scripture. I listen to some scripture here and there to take me into sleep. It never fails. It never fails. A prayer. I used to sleep during prayer all the time. Like, what is that one thing you can start off with one thing at a time, because the Page of Wands, you can absolutely do this. It's super exciting, but start off slowly, right? Do you want to put in 2 things in your nightly routine, and then do a little something in the morning, maybe, right? Do you want to listen to a set meditation, a set visualization, a set manifestation recording that's 15 minutes long of like, welcome to this day. This day is gonna be blah 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 blah. Do you want to have a prayer in the morning? Do you want to have a moment in your bed, a minute, to just breathe and welcome yourself to the new day and be thankful for the new day? And like, what is that? Start with 2, 3, 1 thing and start off slowly, because this choice is going to be something that's really going to make things better for you in the long run, and make like even the people that you meet, you're going to be calmer, more grounded and happier. Like, this is going to take you into your personal paradise just by doing these little things. Like, you have no idea how these little things, like setting a routine, having some order, is so helpful for us as human beings. I love that for you. Let me know in the comments how this resonated for you, if that's something that you've been thinking about, and what ideas came up so we can share with whomever else. Maybe like, okay, that sounds good, but like, I don't know what I should do. Leave some comments for them to help them out. All right, babes, I'll see you next time. Bye. Hey, oh my God, hey, pile 7. So, pile 7, what is the creative je ne sais quoi that spirit is sort of saying you should take up, that you should start paying attention to, focus on at this particular point in time? I will be shuffling tarot as well to get extra insight. Connect with crystals. Wild. Okay, so this is card number 11. 7-11. That's funny. 11 could be important to you. The number 1 could be important to you. The number 2 could be important to you. And even the number 4 could be important to you. Or 7. So when this says connect with crystals, I mean, it's pretty simple. Bye, I'll see you next time. Click. No, I think this actually goes into a lot more than just mere crystals. But we'll talk about the mere crystals, okay? Connect with crystals. A creative hobby, a creative project that spirit might be inviting you to really take up on is to connect with crystals, right? What is something that's going on in your life, in your world, that you might be feeling inclined to take up, right? Are you feeling like you want more love? Are you feeling that you want more forgiveness? Are you feeling that you want more self-love? Are you feeling that you want more money? Are you feeling that you want more peace, more grounding? I think you might be wanting more grounding, okay? I'm going to tell you this one for free, pile 7. Something spirit is definitely saying is that you need more grounding, okay? Something more grounding, something more grounding, something more grounding. You need a focus, all right? We talk about focuses a lot when you look at a lot of, like, you know, supernatural type movies, you know, the spellcaster, or even if you play like D&D or any type of thing, there's always like, this is my focus, it's my staff, or it's my, you know, this thing. You need a focus. And something that when you see it, you've trained your mind to have a Pavlovian response to it that instantly grounds you. I used to do this with a bell, right? There was a bell app that I had in my phone that would go off randomly. And when I say randomly, boy, would it go off. I'd be in conferences and you'd hear a big gong. And I'm like, oh, fuck. But it was really useful to sort of randomly throughout the day put me in a relaxed state. Because in that moment, when it went gong, I'd realize, oh shit, my shoulders are tense. My shoulders are up. I take a deep breath, and at least for 1 minute or less, really, I would remind myself, oh, relax, right? Like, put your body in ease and have it be in a grounded state. And this is what I'm really overall getting for you. For you, you know, connect with crystals is here. So if there's a crystal that, you know, makes sense for you, aventurine, green aventurine, if there's smoky quartz, if it's a clear quartz. Next to me when I read, I have this one, and I do notice a difference when I have this guy like with me, when I use it to meditate, when it really does like actually really help. This is clear quartz. It's a very soft stone. But it's been really helpful. Like I have it next to my reading table. Whenever I'm not feeling as grounded, or if I'm nervous to do a reading for whatever reason, or if I'm doing a personal for myself, I would take this and sort of use it as a focus to ground myself. And obviously, if you've been on the channel for any, you know, amount of time, you'll see that I will sometimes use crystals. And of course, other readers use a ton of crystals. You know what I'm saying? So pick one. If you're not a crystal baby girl or boy, whatever, I call everybody girl, find something, again, that I was saying, like that. What is it that you want in your life right now, right? What are some things that you want? That's how I've gone about choosing crystals. Or go find a crystal shop near you, look around and see if any of them really call to you, right? See if any of them beckon to you. Find out the name and find out what its you know, spiritual purpose is, and connect to that, right? Read about it, cleanse the stone. I cleanse all my stones when I get them. If you have crystals already, re-cleanse them, right? Reconnect with them. Pick one, choose that to sort of focus on. Pick a crystal a week and choose that to focus on. to help ground you. Now, what I'm seeing here also, pile number 7, is grounding in general, right? The creative project that you can take up on are finding different ways to ground you. So whether it's you going outside and walking barefoot, whether it's you taking some sand, like I literally have some like dead ass beach sand in a box, and I'm always playing with the idea in a lunch box, like it's a big one, and I'm always playing with the idea of just putting my feet in there. Right, maybe putting some crystals in there, charging the sand, you know, in my placebo and spiritual way, putting my feet in there and just grounding, because where I'm at right now, it's like cold as fuck. And that could be something for you, like that's creative, right? And you can make that process 333, you can make that process fun, creative, right? You can put some music on, you can put some chimes on, you can like, you know, whatever, you can make it fun. Find your own unique way to ground yourself. So this is where the creativity is for you. The unique ways that you can woosah, that you can center yourself. Crystals is suggested. I think even eating, honestly, I'm seeing something like eating, like what are some foods that you can eat that can ground you. I'm seeing some grains, like I'm seeing some grains and like earthy food. Obviously like food comes from the earth, but like I'm seeing like quinoa, lentils, like grains, okay, like brown grains, next to like a pile of like vegetables, like leafy greens. That's what I'm seeing on like your plate. And obviously you can have whatever else you want on there, but almost making a grounding ritual out of eating and making that moment sacred, where you pray before you eat. And even furthermore, for you especially, praying as you're cooking the food, praying as you're stirring the food, right? Blessing the food as you're cooking it, making it this really beautiful grounding ceremony and ritual as you cook, as you know, plate it on your plate. Then you eat it. It's just this, oh my God, it's delicious. In terms of it being just this beautiful, like making your life a living focus. Oh, that's deep, pal 7. Making your life a living focus for you to ground, right? Making the mundane groundable. Right? If you're driving, as you hold on to the steering wheel, if you're traveling and you have like a travel card, you know, for the buses or the trains or what have you, you pray over it, you ground it. Holding it is so sacred. Your keys, your car keys, your home keys, like, oh my God, that's kind of deep. Okay. This is so cute. In this deck, the Queen of Cups is a sad card, but and in this deck, this is the Queen of Cups. Love her. He's a he. So you have really big energies here. And yeah, using the world as a focus. Jesus Christ. Listen, pile 7. Sorry, that was kind of loud. Spirit lives in the house of Lumiere. Spirit is citizen prime in the Lumination. Remember, when we were talking in the beginning, this isn't the traditional tarot, so no wonder I freaking forgot. I didn't even see it. What gave me the ideas was these two majors. This is major energy. Let me tell you what's out here. The Hanged Man, the Queen of Cups, the Hermit in reverse. Major contemplative energies all across the fucking board, okay? Contemplative. I love this. I'm so excited. I want to eat this reading. Like, I want this reading in my mouth. I love it so much. Oh my God, pal 7. This is so good. So, what does this mean? What am I feeling? What is this in my body right now for you? For this message, rather. I don't know you. What I'm getting here for you, pile 7, is this. You know, in the beginning of the reading, when I mentioned a focus. Right? When you watch supernatural movies or fantasies, there's always that focus. The staff, the necklace, the something that the caster, the creator, the magician, the manifester has. And I said, crystals could be that. And that was the imagery that was coming towards me in my head for you in this reading. The Queen of Cups is literally any court card really could have come up. The King of Swords has a sword. The Queen of Wands has her staff, literally a freaking focus to create, right? But the Queen of Cups shows up. The Queen of Cups shows up for you. And the Queen of Cups is, period. The Queen of Cups is that energy, the depiction in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck, where this queen, right, this being, is sitting on her throne, overseeing her domain, but not really. She is holding onto her cup and looking into it. She is holding onto her chalice, her focus, and focusing on that and not the rest of her outer world. Now, I just love that for you because, yes, right, that's the focus that I'm talking about. The focus to go within, right? The Queen of Wands is a focus to go outwards, to emanate. The Queen of Cups, scrying in her cup, her chalice, is her looking within. She's even her body language is more concave, right? Is it convex? She's caving. Looking into that cup, looking within. They call her the most intuitive of the queens, right? Very emotionally, she knows what's happening, what's going on without her really even looking around. That's the creative energy, the creative project that Spirit wants for you. Something that will not consume you, but something that will settle you to where it grounds you in the chaos of your world or in the mundanity of your world. And I believe that will take you to your next level. There's something here about a next level, okay? A focus. And the beautiful thing about the cards, the energies flanking the Queen of Cups, is the Hanged Man, the focus within, new perspective. Because when you have this focus, this creative project of you finding the focus, finding different stones and working with them, if it's crystals, finding different ways to make your whole world, the Hermit in reverse, your whole world, making your entire fucking world, pile 7, the focus, grounding in the world, having that energy come into you to ground you, oof, you will have new opportunities, new perspectives, new stuff coming into your world because of what you've done in your world, in your inner world and outer world. I have the hiccups. Spirit's like, we're trying to give the message. You feel me? This is huge. The Hermit in reverse to me is coming out and exploring the world and living and walking in the world as a meditation, as a meditative process, as a learning process, as a self-learning process. There's only so much self we can learn on ourselves alone, is what I mean. Okay? If you want to be better with people, you can take the time to better yourself, but there comes a point where you have to go out there with people and practice what you've learned about yourself. You practice in action. That's my philosophy anyway. That's how I see the Hermit. If you want to date and be a good partner, you actually have to go out there and date and see how you show up when you're faced with different kinds of people. How to say no, how to say yes, how to say maybe, how to allow yourself to enjoy something, how to allow yourself to move away from something, even though it feels so good, but you know it's not right for you. You know, that's the Hermit in reverse, living, for me anyway, for me, loose, living in that meditation, living in that practice, living in the hermit state, but outwards, because you can't stay at the mountaintop forever. You got to come down and live. And with the hermit, the hanged man here, you're backed up, right? You're backed up by not like backed up, number two, but you're backed up in your being. You have that backbone. You have that boundary of that wall, that grounding state within to go back to and to regenerate yourself as you're living in the world, as you're moving and breathing in the world. So your focus, whatever your focus decides to be, whether you create a project, whether your creative project is finding different focuses, is it music? Is it breathing? Is it breath work? Now, obviously, we got crystals here, okay? So I don't want to deviate too far off, but I think this is about grounding and finding, sure, a focus, but also that multiplying and getting deeper and deeper and deeper into different kinds of focuses, different kinds of things that help you in different kinds of ways, and to the point where the world becomes your focus. As you step, as you live, as you breathe, as you move into the world, you don't need a thing, because you are the thing. You have the thing within you. You become your own focus, because anywhere you are, you can focus, you can tune in, you can ground. So I love this for you. All these readings have been so good. If this resonated, let me know how. And if you have ideas of what your focus could be, what you're being called to focus on, whether it's creating music, whether it's creating movement with your body, whether it's collecting fucking leaves, bitch, I don't know, collecting, tree branches, twigs, and making a focus out of that, right? Making something for the twigs, gluing them together, and doing a puzzle even, right? That's kind of grounding in a way. Anything like that, I think grounding is at the core of this. But for you, it may be starting off slowly, depending on where you're at in your journey or what you're pivoting towards. Maybe you have crystals and you never connected with the crystals. Maybe connect with one crystal. Or journal for some of you. Or connect with different things, right? Sand, stones, random stones in life. Whatever that case may be, right? Again, making that process of eating your food, preparing your food, a grounding ceremony, grounding with food, having, when I eat this is going to ground me, and having that intention. It's powerful. So powerful. I learned a lot from this reading. Thank you so much for being here, Pal 7. I wish you everything. Keep your light on. Good luck. Bye-bye.